Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leon Weinstein, and I'm talking to you from my home in Los Angeles, where we're confined for this house arrest of a sorts for the last 50 plus days. In my youth, in the USSR, America for us was a beacon of freedom, land of the brave, and a living proof that hard work and ingenuity pays. An opposite, total opposite of the Soviet Union and stuff of our dreams. Then came immigration. Every time we, bunch of new citizens of this great country, would gather for any celebration, we were raising our first glasses for our new homeland. And only after that for the wedding or birthday or other reason we were gathered to celebrate. First toast was always for this country. Every morning, my wife and I were saying to each other, we're in America. Why we deserved it? Why not others who are better than us? What made us special? In the USSR, from where we were lucky to escape, my mom's grandmother was arrested for selling on a local market a blouse she sewed to fit her daughter, my wife's mother. She pleaded with the judge. She said, "We do not have food at home. I need to feed my child." But she was thrown into prison for this terrible deed. Horrible, inhuman, unbelievable, right? A week ago, I watched on TV an unfolding drama of a Texas mom who was arrested for killing? No. Stealing? No. For cutting hair to her client. She pleaded with the judge. She said, "I have a child whom I need to feed." But she was thrown into prison for her terrible deed. And half of this country, half of the great United States of America thinks she deserved it, maybe even more than a half. In the 60s, a group of my friends were arrested for going into a square in Moscow, demanding freedom of travel, freedom of gathering, freedom of speech. For them, it meant losing their jobs, probably their freedom, 100% lost chance to have good, comfortable life in the Soviet Union. They were hailed as crazies for the press. They were fined and thrown into jails. Why? Why they were thrown into jail? Because they were resisted the government. In 2020, in the United States of America, people are arrested for walking on beaches, for gathering more than 3 or 5. Those that demand a right to open their own businesses fined, licenses taken from them. This is their only way to take money in their lives, and it was taken from them. Why? Because they resisted the government. You may say it's different. No. How it is different? It's exactly the same. In my youth, when I started writing scripts for movies and plays, before we would produce any of them, a censor would cut scenes, words, and sentences out, and we couldn't appeal. If despite censorship we would bring even one single word back, the play would be stopped and closed. Second time it happens, I wouldn't be able to work at any Soviet theater or film production. When you would plead with the censor, why, you would get an answer, it is against our community standards. That was the only and final answer. Can you imagine my shock when several of my posts in 2017, 18, 19, and especially in 20 were taken off the social networks? And as an explanation, I was given they are against our community standards. And it was their only and final answer. I swear, I wrote only that I believe that the answer, our government answer that they gave to coronavirus is wrong. Nothing more. No graphic violence, no nudity, even not a call for, barricades. Russians in 1917, Germans in 1936, Bulgarians, Argentinians, Vietnamese, Cubans, and very recently Venezuelans were sure that it cannot happen in their country. It did in all of them. Russians were so educated, Tchaikovsky, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Pushkin, Gogol, Chekhov, how this great culture can be changed into a nightmarish zombie land practically overnight. How overnight they become a nation of snitches and dust lickers. Germans were the beacon of culture and science. How's the nation of Schiller, Goethe, Bach, Beethoven could start killing Jews, gypsies, and having fun from burning books greater than from reading them? What happened to the America of the brave, the country where right of others to say things that I dislike was protected by the law of the land? I do not like what you say, but I am ready to die for your right to say so. Where are the people who still think this way? Do they exist? Or maybe they never existed? Maybe it's a legend, marketing trick to lure us here. I don't know how honorable founding fathers gave birth to students and professors who do not allow any opposite views to be expressed on their campuses. I think that America today either became or quickly becoming a land of obedient herds. There are no gods anymore. Millions even do not want glory. All they want is food or food stamps and a bit of entertainment, of course, and they are ready to give away freedom for a little security. Looks like most of the current inhabitants of this land do not even need freedom, nor desire it. They're okay with talks about freedom. Talking, they're very brave. I always wanted to live in a country where personal liberty is the most important thing of them all. How come I cannot make decisions in the US to open my business or not, to enter a restaurant or not, to wear mask and gloves or not? How it come to that government can tell me if I can go to a beach or not, to ride my bike or not, to have picnic in a park with my family or not? I know that my neighbor, next door neighbor, wants to open his hardware store and sell me nails that I need. I want to go there and buy nails, but I cannot. He wants to sell, I want to buy. He needs money and I need nails. Why we can't do this simple and lawful transaction? Why he is afraid to open doors of his business? Why our mayor and country administrator and governor, all of them, can tell me if I can get nails from my neighbor or not? And if he can make money to feed kids, why they telling him he can do it or not? He might go to prison for this terrible, unjustified desire to feed his kids. It is Soviet Union all over again. Deja vu for me 45 years later. This is not the country we all wanted to live in, that we emigrated to. Listen to me. Anytime those in power wanted more money, they take it from you and I. They raising taxes on all purchases, then separately on gas, then on cigarettes and booze. As a matter of fact, they allowed marijuana and liquor stores to be open as essentials. Then they raised taxes on roads, on inheritance, over-the-counter medications, children's car seats, condoms, if you were wondering, and toilet paper. They take taxes for one reason and use them as they please. But then they want more money, and without hesitation they vote for more taxes. Looks like in our state, great California, sunny California, golden California, most of the people who vote for the current government do not pay taxes, but get freebies from the government. And they vote for the people who take more from the taxpayers, you and I, and give them. Don't you think it's a quid pro quo? An exchange of a vote for a part of the stolen money. More and more looks like East Germany and North Korea. Another interesting angle. In the USSR, if you were son of a worker or daughter of a member of a communal farm, you would be accepted in college, universities, when better students, but with parents from middle class, would not be accepted. So better student from middle class and not so good student from the collective farm. In America, if you're a certain race, you enter into colleges and universities even if you're much dumber than a student of another race. How it is not the USSR? Anytime your female employee is not happy with you, with her work, with whatever it is, she goes to a hungry attorney, and you face a lawsuit of either sexual harassment, even if you'll prove that you're gay, or for not promoting her the way she wants to be promoted. The only way to avoid being sued is to become a Democrat. Then no one would believe the woman. But if you libertarian or God forbid Republican, you guilty as she charged. Even if this is a total fantasy and she has not a shred of evidence or support. Does America of our dreams exist? Where are you? If you're asleep, this is the time to wake up. You're losing your freedom, you're losing your life. I left the USSR in 1973. For the first time, my friends discussing where to run from here. Do you understand? From here. It never happened before. We're fighters, believe me. But I am afraid the country is almost at the point of no return. Please wake up. Please wake up before you become the United Socialist State of America. Please wake up.